What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Real GP Zerker Edition. In this video, we're going to be checking out the gargoyles because everybody loves gargoyles. It's a nice alt account to have, but we're going to see in this one how much you can make on a mid-level account using the Arachnis Cudgel. It is a good crush weapon and it's decent at gargoyles. And if you didn't know, this is what the viewers voted in before I started this series. So without further ado, let's check out some gargoyle stats. Gargoyles aren't too terribly strong of a monster. Their hit points level is 105, attack is 75, and their strength level is 105, defense 107. Magic and range, non-existent at level 1. As for their defensive stats, plus 20 to stab and slash, 0 to crush, and 20 to both magic and range. So obviously we are going to want to use a crush weapon here. And like I said, the Arachnis Cudgel is a popular weapon among mid-level accounts. So what a good test that we have here. As for that defense level, they still take pretty good damage, even for pretty much for any mid-level account or any account that has the level to actually kill gargoyles. It's a Slayer task, at which is 75. As for the gargoyles drop table, the average gargoyle kill at the time of this video is worth around 4,200 GP. If you are on a Konar task, the brimstone keys will increase that to about 5,500. As for their pre-roll table, they do have two uniques, the Granite Maul and the Mystic Robe Top. As for the Granite Maul, they have shot up in price recently due to some changes in PvP, so those we don't want to alch anymore. We want to save those and sell them on the Grand Exchange later. As for the Mystic Robe Tops, they do alch for right around their GE price, so might as well alch it while you're there. Weapons and armor, everything on this table you will also want to alch: Addy Plate Legs, Rune Full Helms, Rune 2H Swords, Addy Boots, Rune Battle Axes, and Rune Plate Legs. As for the runes, they do drop pretty decent amount of runes: Fire Runes, 75, 30 Chaos Runes, 150 Fire Runes, and 15 Death Runes. Make sure you pick those up, they will stack up over time. Materials is where the money is at. They do drop noted gold ore, pure essence, optional to pick up. I collect it personally. Steel bar, gold bar, and mithril bars, all noted, and runite ore, they drop one of those at a time. Unfortunately, those are not noted. As for coins, they do drop those pretty frequently as well. I pick them all up. 400 to 800, 500 to 1,000, and 10,000, and their tertiary drop table. Brimstone keys if you're on a Konar task, hard clue scrolls, and the brittle key. The brittle key you actually need to get up to the Grotesque Guardians, which is the gargoyle boss on the top floor of the Slayer Tower, or rather the roof. You only need that key once to unlock the roof. You don't need it every time. Moving into my gear and inventory setup for this video, I decided to go with the Berserker's Helmet, the Fire Cape, Amulet of Fury, a Bandos Blessing, but obviously any blessing to give you a prayer bonus will work. And as for my weapon and offhand, the viewer voted in Arachnis Cudgel and the Rune Defender, Proselyte Plate and Legs, because this count does have relatively low defense, so definitely need to pray melee here or I will get pummeled. Barrow's Gloves, Rune Boots, and a Berserker's Ring imbued. Over in the inventory, I have 2 super combat potions, but if you do want to save a little bit of money, you could opt to use super strength and super attack. I'm just kind of lazy and I want to save the inventory space. As for the 14 prayer potions, that would allow me to stay for somewhere between an hour and a half and an hour and 45 minutes or so. The rest of the items, the rock hammer, because you will need to smash them to finish off the kill. In the rune pouch, I have high level alchemies because they do drop quite a bit of alchemables, and 50 teleport to house tablets to get myself back. Now, as for getting there, there are a few options depending on magic levels and what you have unlocked. You could use the player-owned house world 330 and use the Karural teleport to get there. You could also use a Draman or Lunar Staff to use the fairy rings to get there, or if you have a Slayer ring, you can teleport directly to the Slayer Tower. It is all up to you depending on what you have available. All right, so we got all that out of the way. Let's go ahead and get into the statistics of this video. So, as usual, 20 hours spent killing the gargoyles. I ended up getting a total of 2,549 kills. Pretty good on a mid-level account. That is, once again, 20 hours. That will average my kills per hour out to 127.45. Obviously, if you have a higher level account, that will go up. Coming up on the screen now is going to be my loot from the 20 hours that I spent at the gargoyles. First thing we see is the 6,144 platinum tokens, and that's going to be the biggest stack. That is from all the alchemables plus the coin drops I picked up along the way. Not too shabby. As for everything else, not bad for the stacks. 3,204 gold ore, 42 rune ore, 1,500 steel bars, almost 1,000 gold bars, but they're not worth very much. 510 mithril bars, 1500 death runes, almost 5000 chaos runes, and 10 granite mauls. Drop rate on the granite maul is 1 in 256, so I was pretty much right on the drop rate for this one. As for the total guide price, 10,307,339 GP. But was it worth it? Well, you can be the judge. As for my supply costs, that included super combat potions, prayer potions, teleport to house tablets, and nature runes, 1.59 million GP throughout the 20 hours, bringing my net profit down to 8.72 million. As for my profit per hour, is on the little bit of a low side for the gargoyles, 436,000 GP. And of course, I did keep track of the experience rates as well. Once again, the weapon was the Sarachnis Cudgel. As for my total XP, 1,070,580 strength XP, bringing my XP per hour to 53,529. Not too bad for not being on a Slayer task. So as for my final thoughts about the gargoyles, so they are a great place to camp and make some AFK money. I did pretty much all of these 20 hours completely AFK, just picking up the drops whenever I looked over and had to grab them before they disappeared. And you can also reset aggression there because they are aggressive. So every 10 minutes or so, you run out of the room, come back, and they'll start attacking you all over again. Now, the money per hour does go up based on the account and weapon used. Obviously, the Sarachnis Cudgel is a mid-tier weapon, so you're really only going to see mid-tier income with that weapon. Not to mention that this is a mid-level account. Now, as for my thoughts on the money for this video, for a mid-level account that doesn't have much experience bossing, if any, this really isn't a bad place to make some money. Over 400k per hour, so if you're funding your account with bonds and you want something really AFK to make that money for your bond, this could be a decent place to spend some time. Gargoyle alts for higher level accounts are obviously great because you can see profit upwards of about 800,000 GP per hour, depending on the account build once again. As for the experience per hour, not too bad either. I can't really turn up my nose at over 50,000 experience per hour in a selected combat skill off of a Slayer task, so you're pairing that with some decent money and some decent XP per hour. Overall, I think this is a great place for mid-levels to make some money. So everybody, that is going to wrap up this episode of the Real GP series Zerker Edition featuring the Gargoyles. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you may have learned something along the way. If you like content like this, make sure to hit the like button down below the video. It does help spread its popularity and lets more people see it. If you haven't done so yet, you can tap the subscribe button on your way out. All of your guys' support means a ton to me. And if you want to support the channel in a greater way, you could also become a channel member. It will give you exclusive access to community posts only for channel members and in-game events with me. So once again, everybody, thank you for checking out this video. I will see you on the next one. Take it easy, everybody.